Second round. Yes, we're going to play first. Yeah, another pretty easy keep here. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, you too? This guy's in our clan. That's what he's... And actually, the other guy is now, too. He was a really nice dude. He said he listens to the show and appreciates that stuff, so that's always really nice. God, I gotta say, I love this 3-color combo. Look at this hand. I'm just in heaven here. We've got... I mean, assuming that we have our mana, which in this case we do. We won't always, but when we do, I mean, I get to go Guild Mage, which is like one of the grindiest must-kill guys around, into Scorpion, which is the same. Like, sacrifice this, make 2/1/1, scavenge. Like, I'm just, eking out a quarter of a card here, half a card there. And then I get a Pilfered Plans the dude too, where I just like draw cards and keep momentum going forward as far as the deck goes. I really like a few strategically placed, divinations in a deck, especially with decks with clue stones in them. I mean, they kind of have it built in, but I really like that. Oh man. This is kind of funny. My opponent, he says his Logitech mouse died, but he says, I'm going to have to beat you with his $350 Wacom tablet. So we're playing against, he's going to be making artwork as he has his way with us here, it looks like. What? Oh, Centaur's Herald, sure. Monitor, and then looking like just into Pilfered Plans, though we do have a heavy amount of 3-drops, so it's not guaranteed. If we wanted, we could also just hit him for 3. I tend to prefer going for the drawing the cards and kind of keeping things moving forward, though, so I'm going to do that right now. See what other colors he is. All right, yeah, and that's kind of why. That's kind of why I like to prefer to do it that way. Is because I should have attacked him first, by the way. That was a little sloppy. If he has plus a Savage Surge or something like that, then I'm just dumb. I just throw my guy away. If he has Savage Surge and I attack first, then I can pump it, and he doesn't have the opportunity to do it. So that was just loose by me, but we weren't punished for it. I mean, there's not that many cards that get us. I think that's that one, or Giant Growth gets us, but we can't do anything about it. So whatever. Anyway, just don't be sloppy like I just was. Now we don't have the... Well, we can pump and blah blah blah, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So let's just cast Looseway Scorpion and pass here. Oh, cool. I'm going to let him know I'm doing a video, but I'll tell you what he just talked to me about. So the Limited Resources clan has this cool thing that one of our long-term members, his name is Sneaky Fat Kid 7. It's a nice dude, and he found a cool program called C3 that you can download, and you can get into chat, and there's a channel for the Limited Resources clan, and it's free and it's super easy, and it's awesome. You just and you can like talk to other people that are in there, and you can also just type to them if you want, and it just like it offers another angle that the Magic Online interface doesn't have. All right, Moss Dog Millionaire, that guy's good. I like him. Don't think we're going to see an attack here, though. Right now, this board's pretty kind of stuck. Well, I guess he is going to attack. That's interesting. He's going to get blocked. Yeah, I'll take this block. We've seen that he's got white in his deck, and I don't want to give him the chance to start making copies of that stupid Centaur, and I can get value, so I'm happy with that. I mean, I can even, if I want, I can just scavenge, play Transcaled Promenade, and hit him for 4. Seems fine. Here's an Abrupt Decay that doesn't do much. Yeah, I think I just scavenge. Assuming he doesn't untap and kill this guy, I can play with Xanakev Locust, but even then I can just sack this thing and just make 4 1/1s. That's really hard to deal with for a lot of decks. So would I rather have Abrupt Decay up or Transcaled Promenade? I've got all my colors anyway. I kind of want to get that Promenade going, but I think I can do that anytime I want. So I'm gonna actually just play a Forest here and leave up Abrupt Decay. Yeah, it doesn't kill this, but you never know. He could play something that I'd want to kill with it. So what do I not want him to do here? Void Wielder would be really annoying. He just does nothing. He just did straight up nothing. All right, I'll trade 4 for 3 damage. Yeah. What could he have here? I can think of a few things he could have. I mean, we're going a little deep, but he could have Mystic Genesis. Just what the heck is a guy with 5 cards in his hand and 5 mana who hit his land drop last turn, shipping the turn back with? I just don't feel like I need to start jamming key creatures in here. I think what I'm going to do is just going to run out the Gateway Shade here, because if he wants to, yeah, he just doesn't have anything, it looks like. Still feels similar to last turn. I'll just run a Swamp out there, and this gives me the access to, let's see, that's +2, so 3. I can make it a 4/4. All right, so there's a problem. He's got a bunch of white cards in his hand. The good news for us is that Gateway Shade and Xanakev Locust are pretty similar once they're on the board. And he doesn't have any real attacks here. Okay, so I think he's got Tristani's Judgment potentially. So even if he doesn't, let's just keep that in mind, as I want to be able to sacrifice whatever I want with this thing. So let's play that and attack. I'm not worried about Supreme Verdict here, really. I mean, I can give this guy Intimidate and pump it so that it's like a 6/6 or a 5/5, but it's still not lethal. And I'm pretty concerned about this, so I don't want to necessarily just use up all my mana like that. All right, I only did the first pump, and he's going to go ahead and use up whatever it is he's got here. He's going to Common Bond. But I can make my guy bigger than that. I don't know if he's got something here. He could just have like a Giant Growth or whatever and kind of get me a little bit, but all right, looks like he does. Okay, he's got Mutant's Prey. This is interesting. But I think it's pretty straightforward. I think I just sacrifice this to make a bunch of dudes. I don't think I really care that much. I could let them trade, but I think I'd rather just have the creatures and then let these do that. Because I'm going to trade here anyway. Yeah, I'm not really sure if that's I'm not really sure if that's the right play. I like where we're at with 4 creatures. I could have also just let that happen and then just kept my shade alive. Either way, he has no board. Would I rather have a shade or 4 saprolings here? That's tough to say. It just depends too much on what he can have in his hand. I mean, Shade's clearly a better creature, but... Alright, he's going to blank one of those. That's fine, and we're going to play the Locust. Okay, we need some card draw here, though. I'm going to run the Transguild Promenade out now. No attacks, but next turn we can attack with, I think, everything. It depends on what he plays. Hopefully he plays something we can kill with this. Can certainly attack with the Locust next turn, no problem. Alright, he made a huge Skywatch. I don't think he has any attacks here. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We drew a bunch of lands in a row and then we hit that. That's pretty nice. Should make it very difficult for him to win. Yeah, so he's got to deal with a whole bunch of things. Yeah, go ahead. And also if he plays any like chump blocker or whatever that can be killed with this, because he needs to play 2 creatures here. And one of them has to have flying, or he needs to play a removal spell plus a creature and another creature. Like, he's just in a really bad spot now. Yeah, that decision with the Gateway Shade is an interesting one, though. There's times when you certainly would rather have a Gateway Shade than 4 tokens with your opponent at 10. But there's also, you know, if he just untaps and, I don't know, whatever, you know, hits it with something, Paralyzing Grasp or Arrest It or whatever, then you're happy. So let's see here. Anything that sticks out? Not really. Yeah, I think this is fine the way it is. So he told me in the chat, so I mentioned before the C3 thing. So he's like, hey, you should come in C3 and, you know, we can chat about what we're, you know, the game or talk trash or just have fun or whatever. But I told him I couldn't because I was recording, obviously. But he said he's actually recording his too. So kind of interesting. Might be able to get a chance to see this match from both sides, which is kind of dangerous. It's interesting. Like, it gives you a really good perspective, and it's worth doing. But you also have to be careful, because once you know what the other person has, it gets really easy to just taint your decisions based on what they had or have, right? You have to be really careful not to be results oriented with the information that you get, and it's really tempting to do. So, but I think it's still worth it. This is not a very good hand. I don't know that we can even keep it. I don't hate this hand, but man, it really needs a Pilfered Plans or something to go. Turn on its own isn't very good. Balustrade Spy is fine. Yeah, I guess I'll keep it since I'm on the draw, but this is a potentially loose keep here for sure. This is not one I'm excited by. Looks like he's going to mulligan to 5, so that'll help us out. All right, well, I guess we got a turn 2 play either way. Pretty nice draw too, honestly. I mean, if we're going to draw a land now, we have turn and burn open. That's pretty handy. Okay. And I can play the Spy, which is going to get the Flux Mage going. And then I can play Moss Dog, which will further get the Flux Mage going and give me a little bit of versatility. Smill. Skywatch, Sentry Island, sure. Yeah, the fact that he's missed his land drop and hasn't been able to do anything yet, he's off of a color or whatever, is going to make this game really tough for him to come back from, potentially. He might need a big blowout spell to do it. Security Blockade's fine. It can help. Oh, man. We just run very well, it seems. Just getting mossy. Depending on what he does next turn, I might just Cyclonic Rift or Abrupt Decay the Knight. If it depends on how this... No, never mind. He's going to block. I don't know if I would have blocked there. I don't know what he has in his hand, obviously, but any other 2/2 or whatever means that he can block this or this. Now he doesn't have that option. Yeah. We don't really have to do anything else for the rest of the game. Yeah, he forgot to use his Security Blockade too, so that could change the clock by a turn here. Yeah, it does. He would be at 9. We would hit him for 8 next turn. 3, 6, 7, 8, 7. So that's not good. Yeah. If he plays anything here, then we can Rift it. I can Abrupt Decay Security Blockade so that we have lethal. I mean, we have lethal either way, but okay, that's pretty funny. I have to show this. This is funny. Look, he says, "Been a great day. I listened to your show, then watched your draft video, read your article, and then got beat by you," which is really funny. Hello, you're a new player. Yeah, of course you can. We love new players. Okay, so this happens, and then I can just hold burn in my hand if I want. But I can also just hit him for 8 potentially. If he's got a dramatic rescue, he's going to buy himself a turn. Let's see what he has. This guy's funny. All right, we'll see you guys in the finals.